The siren started because I retweeted something, and my refrigerator clicked at the same time too. I just retweeted, what was it? It was just a random tweet. I just retweeted it and then the siren started. It's an ambulance. He honks when he gets to the intersection and another car drives out on another street at the same time. Then he's driving the other way, and then I think this bird synced with him, and then this other bird came and flew by me right after that bird. And then there's cars that are synced to each other, and then there's somebody that walked out synced, I think. He's walking up the sidewalk. And then there's more cars that are synced to each other. And then I think my neighbor was coughing when I got back home a minute ago, or one of those times when I got back home today. Went outside a few times today. And the guy walking is about to walk out of sight now. He synced with his white truck when he walked out of sight that drove out behind him. Damn, he's a stalker. Well, there was another siren earlier today too. And then there's this guy driving by me a bunch of times yesterday. Or was that today? It was today. There's this guy driving by me a bunch of times that I was walking, and he kept driving by me in this red car. He drove by me and yelled something at me, and then he drives up ahead of me, turns on the street. And then I passed that street. I think he was sitting on the side of the street, down the street from me, to the left of me. I think he was just sitting there on the side of the street, a block away or something. And then I cross over that street. Or no, he was coming back up the street as I was crossing the street. And then he comes up behind me right after I get across the street, and then he drives by me. He drives by me at an intersection, recording me. I think he was pedophile or something like that. And he drove by me, recording me right at the intersection. And then he drives up to the roundabout and comes back around the other way, and he drives by me at another intersection or alley or whatever, and he honks right as he drives by me. He's like, honk, 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 honk. And he drives by me right at the corner. And then yesterday, there was babies crying synced, like I said, the other day or whatever. And then there was a baby crying synced yesterday in the library. And then there was a baby, or a toddler or something. And then I heard a baby crying, as I was walking up to this intersection yesterday, to the right of me. I was walking by, this neighborhood with houses, right? And I walk up to this intersection, I hear this baby crying to the right of me that I don't know when it started crying, but I didn't hear it before that, though, I think. So I start hearing that as I'm walking up to the intersection, and then right when I get to the intersection, like the same direction where I'm hearing the baby crying coming from, I hear a power saw turn on. And then I don't know if it covered up the sound of the baby crying or the baby stopped crying or whatever, but like I don't hear the baby. I just hear the power saw. And this is weird. It's like, it's just the weird things to combine with each other, you know what I mean? They just do weird, creepy shit. There's this car honking outside. It seems like a sinkhead with the other sinkheads. This white truck pulled up and parked next to me. He seems like a sinkhead. There's these other cars that were outside honking earlier today. They were just like honking. I forget what they synced it up with, but they started honking synced. I was watching a video, and like whatever happened on the video, they synced it up with it. And it was like, I think it was multiple cars out there honking, and it was like honk, 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 honk. And just like out in the parking lot, near, close to me. That white truck took off. I don't know if he's a sinkhead. There's 3 people out here standing in a triangle talking. And they're sinkheads. I thought I heard a siren starting again. Maybe not. Sometimes they'll drive back the other way with their siren. So, it's been a lot of other crazy shit happening. There's been a lot of synced up birds lately, like flying by me and stuff, and chirping synced. And then there's been a lot, like the wind has been synchronizing a lot, and it's like really aggressive lately. The wind's like attacking me. It's just like punch me with the wind, and like knock me over and shit. But I was walking around with my sign though, my don't sink, my cardboard sign, and it's like a kite in the wind. Like when it's windy outside, it's like so, and then the wind will be synced, and they'll just like, it's like, I swear they're like trying to knock the sign out of my hand with the wind, because like it'll just come out of nowhere, and it'll just be like aggressive, like I said. It'll just be like right as a car drives by me, the wind will pick up, or right as I walk up to the intersection, or right as that synced up moment. And it'll just keep doing it over and over too. And then I've been seeing a lot of people put their seatbelts on right next to me lately. Like that's a tactic they've been doing lately. That like I've seen it before, but like lately I've seen a lot of people putting their seatbelt on right as they drive by me. So that's just the new thing they're doing now. For the last like week or something, I've been seeing a lot of that. And they'll do whatever next to me. They'll just like put their visor down. I see that a lot. Or whatever, they'll touch their nose and stick their arm out the window. Like those are common tactics that other TIs see and stuff. Sticking their arm out the window right as they drive by you or whatever. or sticking their arm in the window as they drive by you. I see the red and the blue right now syncing with each other, and a bunch of other stock tards. What else was I gonna say? I know there's something else. There's gotta be something else. There always is. So these people from my apartment are gonna come up and stalk me now. And then they're gonna go in the apartment and stalk me. So they're walking up. Well, there was no cars on the street before at all, and then when they were walking by me, there's a car on the street. I think it was synced with them. Now there's no more cars again. And then the door in the hallway is going to slam synced. And then they're going to walk by in the hallway synced. I see a bunch of cars now that are synced. Today, they always sync red and blue cars together, like I always say, and then they'll sync purple cars when they do the red and blue syncs, because red plus blue equals purple. If you mix red and blue together, they're syncing with the FedEx as they slam the door in the hallway. There's a white SUV turning into a driveway right now, and all these other cars synced up. And right as the white SUV parks, I hear the door close in the hallway. They went in their door of their apartment right when the white SUV parks. And then there's all these black and silver cars synced up with a cop driving out, and then they close the door on the white SUV as the cop drives by it. What was I saying though? They distracted me again. Oh, there's another cop. He synced with the other cop. What was I saying though? Fuck. But, and then I was walking around my sign today, and then there's these kids that drove by me that like it looked like a bunch of 12-year-olds in the car. Like, damn, is he even old enough to drive? Like, what the fuck? This is like a gang of 12-year-olds in a car driving a car or some shit. He's 16, but he looks 12 or some shit. I don't know. But they're all like, they're like, the government's watching you. We're watching you. The government is watching you. We know what you're doing. They're just like yelling that as they drive by me. And a bunch of other people will do that. They'll just be like, we're watching you, or whatever. And then a lot of people will be like, what's that mean? Like when they see my sign, and they'll be walking up saying, and they'll look at my sign, and then they'll be like, and it says don't sync, and they'll look at it and they'll be like, what's that mean? What is that? What's that mean? Like a lot of people will just be like, what's that mean? Even as they're driving by me, which like I don't have time to answer your question. Like you're just driving by me and then driving away, and you're just like, what's that mean as you drive by me? Like, what? Bro, come back so I can answer your question. How are you gonna ask me what's that mean and then just keep driving? Like, what? These motherfuckers are crazy, bro. They stalk retarded, I swear. They need mental help. And then the wind will synchronize blowing up against my window, and it'll be like, so I'll be back later to talk about more sync things. Don't sync.